Good morning, welcome back to BT. The winners in the Canadian Cheese Grand Prix have been crowned. Yes, it is a real thing. And joining us with a look at the victors, some local success stories, we've got Chef Michael Howell, who's also a member of the jury. So this is a competition for cheeses across the nation to compete in various categories.
Yeah, sure. Dairy Farmers of Canada every 2 years brings together cheeses from across the country made with 100% Canadian milk. 8 jurors are brought from coast to coast, and over the course of 2 days in Montreal, we tasted this year 225 cheeses in 19 different categories.
Wow. Okay, let's go through categories, and then I want to know about how to sample, but let's talk categories. What kind of things were we looking at?
Obviously, there are the typical categories like cheddar and Swiss-style cheeses, etc., but there are also more diverse categories, such as cheeses with flavored particulates, and a new category this year.
Flavored particulates?
Flavored particulates, yeah.
All right.
And non-flavored particulates, as in smoked cheeses.
Oh.
There was a new category this year, fresh grilling cheeses, or cheese with grilling properties. And we have one here from Manitoba, actually, that is available locally.
The white shell.
Exactly.
Delish.
Queso fresco style cheeses, where you actually cook them in a pan and then eat them as they are, kind of fried cheese. It's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
So there were 19 categories that we judged in, all scored on 100 points based on texture, flavor, the things you'd expect. But also in the cases of things like Swiss cheese, eye development. Or in the case of blue cheese, you can see that one over there, vein development.
Oh, the lines.
Each one was scored out of 100 points, and at the end of 2 days and an awful lot of eating, we determined that there was a category winner for each one and a grand champion of Canadian cheeses.
Okay, let's go right to grand champion of Canadian cheeses. Who was that?
So this year was the first time in the history of the competition, which has been going on since 1998, that a cheese not from Quebec won. It was from Ontario. And instead of a sort of artisanal cheese, a fresh cheese won. And it was this ricotta, this humble ricotta from Vaughan, Ontario quality cheese. It excelled in its category. It tasted creamy and beautiful. It tasted of terroir. Think of wine, right? You've swirled a glass, and you've smelled the roses. And this cheese exhibited really great qualities that surpassed every other cheese on the table this year.
So it was like the best in show for cheeses.
Exactly.
Okay, now I wanted to talk about sampling. You had said nose and things like that.
Sure.
Here,
take a piece of this Grizzly Gouda from Sylvan Star in Alberta, which won in its category and was one of the sort of judges' favorites, as it were.
Okay.
Nose it, smell it, see if it has a pleasant kind of nutty aroma. Ooh. Should do. Okay. Then you taste it, you swirl it around just like you would a little bit of a wine, and you go, is it creamy or is it grainy? Does it last a long time, or does the flavor disappear very quickly? Again, keep that sort of wine moniker in your head. And then you
I move it around because I want all the taste buds to...
All parts of your mouth need to sample it just like a fine wine does.
And that's delicious.
It is a really good one.
I may not know if it's got whatever it's supposed to got, but it's really good.
Well, ultimately it boils down to, I like this cheese or I don't like this cheese. We liked an awful lot of cheeses from Canada. It just illustrated this competition, how great the cheese making is across the country. I mean, right here in Manitoba, you guys have Bothwell making fantastic cheddar. It's just really super. Avonlea cloth-bound cheddar from Prince Edward Island was a category winner multiple years in a row.
I love cheddar. Is that one on here?
Yeah, that's one right there. No, this is Applewood smoked cheddar from Cal's Creamery in Prince Edward Island.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth Blue from Quebec. It just showed that the Dairy Farmers of Canada are putting together this great competition and that excellent cheese making is happening across Canada.
So what makes us so good? Is it our history of cheese? Is it where our ingredients are coming from? What makes Canadians so great at making cheese?
Well, I think...
And this is amazing, by the way.
It is good. Quebec led the way in terms of kind of the way cheese making was done in the beginning. But now, across the country, what you're seeing are small people that are choosing to make cheese for a living, no matter where they live or what they do. Because we as Canadians live all across the country. So I think really what it is an example of the fact that no matter who we are, great Canadian milk, which is available from coast to coast, can be turned into great Canadian cheese.
So we got great Canadians using great Canadian ingredients and it's making great Canadian cheese. Here, may I?
Yeah.
Which one's this?
Bothwell cheddar.
Oh, I know this stuff. I know this is good. And even with poutine, on poutine?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got some great poutine cheeses here.
That's a category?
Well, no.
we could talk forever.
We could grate this one.
Cheeses.
Yeah.
All right, all the information, if you want more information on the Grand Prix and the great Canadian cheeses that are out there, you'll find it all at breakfasttelevision.ca. Let's say cheers from Bothwell to Jenna Kahn.